course, if I'm telling you this story, then you've already figured out that it was actually an authentic pen and ink drawing by Dürer dating back to the 15th century. It turns out that Dürer used a particular stock of paper that had a specific watermark. Examination not only found this watermark on the paper, but the ink was consistent with other Dürer works, and it was determined that Dürer's iconic AD monogram was added at the same time as the drawing. So what's the going price for an original drawing on paper from the art world's first rock star? Well, the pre-auction estimate has been set at, are you ready for this? $50 million. As I mentioned earlier in my conversation with Anne, there was an interesting headline this week associated with a DAO's attempt to purchase a rare early copy of the United States Constitution. A DAO, D-A-O, pronounced Dao like you would the Eastern spiritualism term Tao, is a decentralized autonomous organization. That's a lot of syllables, but what does it mean? In short, it's an organization whose financial records and program rules are available transparently on the blockchain and whose ownership is distributed across any number of parties that have contributed to the DAO. You can think of it as a crowd-funded entity that operates as its own democracy. In this particular case, the Constitution DAO was created with the purpose of purchasing the copy of the U.S. Constitution with the goal of keeping the document in public view instead of spirited away to a collector's vault. Plus, there's something romantic about the people's document being purchased by a democratically governed group of citizens. But it wasn't to be. Even though Constitution DAO raised $47 million in roughly 3 days, it wasn't enough to acquire the document. The winner of the auction was billionaire hedge fund manager Kenneth Griffin, who secured the piece for $43 million. You might ask why Constitution DAO didn't win the auction if they had raised $47 million. Well, that's because they needed to be able to hold back enough funds to cover the cost of housing, insuring, and displaying the document if they won. At $43 million, the math just no longer works. But several things were accomplished. One, a billionaire hedge fund manager took a hit to his pocketbook because a collective of everyday people who contributed a median of $206 each. And two, the world, especially the art world, is on notice that DAOs are a powerful force that are able to quickly insert themselves into unforeseen situations. We may even see a DAO get the best of Bobby Axelrod on the next season of Billions. That's all the time we have for this week. You've been listening to Art Sense. You can find the show on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you've enjoyed this podcast, be sure to subscribe, and while you're there, please rate the show and leave a quick review. Your feedback is the key to other folks finding us. If you'd like to see images related to the conversation, read a transcript, and find other bonus features, you can go to cambia.art and click on the podcast tab. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can email me at craig@cambia.art. Thanks for listening.